Hey, what is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back another great episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you, yes you, if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, get notified when we have new videos to see my reaction to all sorts of cool toys. And if you've done that already, thank you so much, and maybe consider becoming a member. Only helps the channel, does not hurt it, and you get to have exclusive access to make sure mediocre content continues to go forward in this world. Well, before I get into what I want to talk about, there's a couple things I want to talk about. Well, two things before I get into the one thing I want to talk about. And first of all, thank you for everyone for the well wishes. I've been sick the past few days. I've had the crud, the cold, and stuff like that. I sounded like a smooth jazz radio DJ for a while, which would have probably been cool. But thank you for all the thoughts and all the well wishes on that. But I am feeling better. And second of all, if you're not reading the Energon Universe comic books from Skybound, then you are missing out on a gem. And those comic books I'm talking about is Void, Rivals, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Duke, Cobra Commander, and now Scarlett. Scarlett #1 just came out this past Wednesday, and it is a banger. Let me go ahead and read just a really quick synopsis. It says, Shayna Scarlett O'Hara is about to take on the most dangerous Black Ops mission of her career, infiltrating the mysterious rising power in Japan known as the Uzui clan. Her one lead is her former partner Jinx turned enforcer. Now Scarlett must use her operative skills to survive undercover and discover a shocking weapon that could change the balance of power on Earth. Sounds very interesting, but another bonus for y'all. They're one of my local comic book shops that I like to frequent. Nirvana Comics actually has a exclusive variant that is put out by the Southern Comics Cartel. So it's only available at Nirvana Comics and some select stores in the Southeast. There's a picture of it kind of floating around here somewhere. But if you want a copy of that, click on the link. It's going to be in my description to get you a copy of that variant. But definitely put this on your pull list and definitely start reading that Energon Universe because it's awesome. Well, besides that, we're going to get into something else that's very awesome, and that's a new action figure from Bandai Ultimate's Legend. And you may have seen me before talk about the Demon Slayer Ultimate Legend figures with Tanjiro, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu. Well, they came out with 3 more. They came out with Rengoku, Nezuko, and the Sound Hashira himself, Lord Tengen. And today we're going to take a look at Lord Tengen. I got it right here. We're going to open it up. We're going to play with it, tell you if it's worth the money or not, and tell you my thoughts about this. So let's go do it. Here he is, folks. High definition Ultimate Legends Demon Slayer Tengen, Lord Tengen, the Shinobu Uzui, who has 3 wives, not just 1, 2, 3s, but was the is the Sound Hashira. Well, no, was, maybe is, I don't know. Spoilers may happen in this, so don't crucify the messenger here about the spoilers. But definitely the Sound Hashira here was a big part of the Entertainment District art where they fought Upper Moon 6. But yes, we got this figure here. This is one of the 3 that just came out. I do have the Rengoku and the Nezuko that we will save for a little bit later. But here is the front of it. The back of the package just shows a little bit about him. You can pick this up at your local Target, Walmart, Amazon, wherever, for around $15 to $16. So what a bargain for a figure. But let's see if it's worth that $15 or $16. Let's get him out of the box right now. Here is Lord Tengen out of the box and onto my table, and I'm excited because before I was a little bit concerned, but I am kind of a little bit more excited about this figure. First of all, let me just show you this. This is the internal box art. All you can see is a Tengen crotch there, but let me turn it upside down. But really cool box art here on these Bandai Ultimate Legends. But here is the figure and everything you get with it. The first thing I'm going to show you first is his weapons here. These are his Nichirin blades that he has. These are the ones that fit on his back. And this is where my concern was. I thought this was all you got. And I was going to be like, oh, you don't get any blades for him. But, dun dun dun, right there, my friends, we have some blades. And I'm excited about these blades, and these blades look cool. They look awesome. They look freaking phenomenal. That's really great. Then we get another set of hands for him to hold those blades. They did a really good job at making sure the detail in the fingernail polish was there too as well. Love that. Love that they did that. And then of course you get Lord Tengen himself and his Demon Slayer Corps outfit. For those of y'all that don't know, the difference between a Hashira and a regular Demon Slayer Corps, the regular Demon Slayer Corps' outfit has silver buttons. The Hashira has gold buttons. So this is the Sound Hashira here. And if you haven't watched Demon Slayer, I'll put a link to some of the lore and things like that. But one of my favorite animes, I'm glad season 4 has started back up, the Hashira training arc. So that's been really cool. But so far, first reaction just by opening the box, I mean, this figure looks great. It looks really good. I mean, it's a cheaper figure, so it's not going to have the details like an SH Figure Arts or a Figma will have, but you're only paying $16.99. And I think for $16.99, you get more articulation in this thing than you get with some like Hasbro Black Series or any other figures that are out there. So first of all, let's just take a look at this gorgeous guy. There he is. Just a beauty right there. He was one of those characters in Demon Slayer I hated at first, but then he grew on me. At first I thought he was real chauvinistic, but he kind of grew on me throughout the entertainment district, and kind of one of my favorites. My favorite Hashira still is Rengoku, God rest his soul, but this guy's pretty great here too as well. So, but you can tell, I mean, they did a really good job. There's no real like overspray on the paint or anything like that, so did a decent job of the paint job on here. So yeah, but from a height standpoint, I don't have a ruler with me, but I do have my phone. This is my 14 Pro, and so you can kind of see right there how big he is compared to the 14 Pro, and we will compare him to some other figures too as well. But let's go ahead and get into some articulation, because that's what y'all want to see, and this is my first time articulating this dude. And so we got the head, which has the bob. It has tilt, it has a swirl. You could probably go all the way around, but these kind of get in the way right there. Arm comes up, and it's on this kind of like where it'll circle. You can circular that arm. You have twist right there at the bicep. You also have a 90-degree bend, and then you have twist here on the arm and on the wrist there. So that's what you got. This is really cool for a cheaper figure. You do have an upper ab crunch that you can do, and then a lower ab crunch and a waist twist right there too as well. So that is something you don't really see a lot in some cheaper figures. And then as far as Van Damming it, you really can't just by the mechanism of the legs right there, but you do have the twist. You do have a 90-degree kick right there. You can kick forward, and then you do have the twist here, and then the foot does bob up and down. It doesn't have the foot bend like you see in some other figures like a McFarlane or SH Figure Arts. But yeah, you notice this, the shoulder, you can pop it up and down like so. So that's a really good feature. Seems to stand on his own really good. Some of these characters do not. To replace the hands, pretty simple. You just kind of pull the hand out, and then his arm comes off. Spoilers. Sorry. There, Tengen, Lord Tengen. So sorry. Didn't mean to spoil things for you. That's funny. I seem to spoil things. I did that with Gojo too. But you can put that right back on, and now you can put his different ones. So that the mechanism here, it's not a ball joint like we've seen on other figures. It's more of a push it in and push it out there. That's what she said. But there you can put that on, and then the swords on the back here, there's 3 little dots. So I'm assuming you line those 3 little dots up, and you just kind of press in, and you have Lord Tengen with his swords on his back. So that's awesome. So what we're going to do, let's compare him to some other figures, and then we'll get into some wild poses, and then we'll give you my final thoughts on the Sound Hashira. Okay, here is Lord Tengen with Tanjiro Kamado from the Bandai Ultimate Legends. Both of these are Bandai Ultimate Legends. You can kind of see from a scale standpoint, Tanjiro should be shorter than him, but I think Tengen should be just a hair taller. I think Tanjiro should come up to probably about his shoulder, but he is a little taller. It's not quite in scale, that because Tengen's a very imposing, powerful figure. So I would say if there was a McFarlane Tengen, it might be more in scale with this Bandai Ultimate Legends Tanjiro. But let me bring in also a 5-inch. So there we go. Here is a 5-inch McFarlane. Maybe that's the one that would be more in scale right there, that 5-inch McFarlane with the Bandai Ultimate. So maybe I'll get my 5-inch Tanjiro and that would look much better. So let's move you two out of the way. Let's bring in a 7-inch McFarlane. So this is good old Rengoku, Lord Tengen there. And let's bring in some other franchises. So we'll move you out of the way. Rengoku, my favorite. We got good old Ray Stevens right there from Ahsoka. You know who he is. But you can kind of see from a black series that is that. And then speaking of Ahsoka, we got a 3.75 Star Wars figure right there. So there we go. From a scale standpoint, this is what we got. This is what we got to work with. And let's see if I can throw Tanjiro in frame right over here. There we are. The band is all together. They're all demon slayers in my book. But let's get back together and let's talk through what I like and what I dislike about this figure. And should you spend your hard-earned $16.99 plus tax wherever you live on the Sound Hashira. Back for the final thoughts on the Sound Hashira Lord Tengen. So let's bring him in. There he is. It's probably the pose I'll keep him in. I mean, overall for a $16.99 figure, this is redonkulous. This thing is pretty good. I mean, it's got some great articulation. The arms like to pop off of these things, so it likes to be a spoiler for things that go on in the show. But other than that, I mean, the articulation's good. The blade is good. The one thing that I wish that the chain was removable easily. I mean, you can remove it, but I wish it was easily removable so that way I can get these blades in really, really good form, as well as get them onto the figure much better. That was the hard part, was getting the blades in. The hands. I wish there was a bit more articulation in the feet to give me that like toe bend, and I wish that the legs would spread further, you know, so that would be a plus there too as well. The face is a little glossy. There it is right there. There's the face. I don't know. Let's see if we can get it in there. There is the face of Lord Tengen, but it's got that little bit of gloss, so we got to knock that gloss down, but it's a good representation. Now, this right now is the only Tengen figure I have. If McFarlane releases one, then we'll revisit this and see if it's better. But right now, for $16.99, I think this is a very, very, very good buy. And I would encourage you, if you're a Demon Slayer fan, this is a great figure to have, and I think it will scale much better with the 5-inch McFarlane, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke versus the Bandai Ultimates, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Tanjiro. I think they're just a little bit too tall, but that's just my own personal opinion. But on a scale of good, bad, awesome, this thing is pretty awesome. For $16.99, this has got more articulation in it than $16.99 Star Wars Vintage Series figure. Heck, this has got even more articulation than the Black Series figure. So Bandai's done a really good job at a budget figure for those with a budget that can't afford like some of the more higher end Figma or SH Figure Arts. This is the way to go. So that's all I got to say about that. So tune in next time when maybe we review Rengoku and Nezuko, because I do have those two as well, and I'll put a link to the previous reviews that I've done of all my anime figures, my Demon Slayer figures, and things like that. So but that's all I gotta say about that. So tune in next time when we talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. Vlog breathing, 9th form. We're done.